welcome everyone to this episode of ForageCraft. So, in this episode, I'm going to be hoping to work a little bit on the spaceport, as well as a couple other projects. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes with the timing and everything. But I thought I'd give you an update, because in between last episode and this one, partially during it, before this, because I had a couple friends get on, and they helped me dig out a very significant amount of this area here. We are trying to make our way to the end portal just to sort of start out to get this going. And we've cleared out quite a bit of area already. And I think it's going pretty good. And, yeah. And I'm going to head on over to the spaceport and just see about getting some of that just sort of started. I have some of it mapped out and just sort of ideas in my head, but I need to figure out what I want to do first. And figure out what sort of construction style I want, because I know it wants to be futuristic, but I'm not exactly sure how futuristic versus magical with the mixture, and it's a whole thing. And I want to do some thinking about that, figure that out, and then once I have some of that planned out, maybe some basic outlines put in place, like some literal 3D building plot points. I'll bring you back and I'll show you what I have completed. So, I will catch you guys in a second when I have that done. Okay, so we're back, and I have begun working on the main sort of, I guess you'd call it the iceberg station building, but it's sort of like the main building of the area here. I'm thinking of having the space station be primarily, the buildings themselves be large-ish towers that are relatively odd-shaped. I'm following sort of a sci-fi style with the construction shape. And as you can see here, I've kind of lined out what I'm thinking for this one specifically. A couple protruding balconies and a large, sort of like a container sticking out here. I'm going to do some special texturing and some layering to make it look more 3D and more interesting when I get the blocks in, which I'm hoping to use smooth quartz, orange concrete, cyan concrete, smooth stone, and deep slate bricks for this build specifically. And I'm going to want to have, because I want to save some time and not have to do as much interior on these, I'm going to have high ceilings and fewer floors, so that I can have as little land as possible in the build, as little floor space, but still I want to have it operational with water elevators and accessible. That's a must. I can't just build a building and not have at least have the ability to go inside and look around. So, I mean, they look cool on the outside, but when other people do that, it's just sort of, it's kind of just boring to me, and I want to make sure I can go in everywhere. It just makes it feel more atmospheric. Besides, this has got an ice bridge in the middle, so we want to be able to walk around and get out. So we're going to work on this. I'm not sure how long this will take me, but we'll see how far we get, and I may get some more of these simple, tower blueprints standing. I don't think I'll get too many of them built, before this week is up. But I can at least get this one, I think, and at least some of the blueprints up for the other buildings. So, I will catch you guys in a second when I have this one done, so I have a more solid concept of what I want to go for this build. Okay, so welcome back. So, it has been a minute. I have basically finished up the build here. I have done minimal interior, but it's still all accessible without an elytra, which is nice. It's been a minute since I've slept. I was AFKing at the copper farm for a while, so I'm not really surprised that there's some of those guys running around. Anyway, let's go in the ice bridge way. Let's just fly in here. So I'm not doing too much with the ice bridge side, because I want to do some terraforming around here, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with that. But we come in here. I didn't put any stops because it's okay, you can stop here if you want, but it's not something that you need to stop for. I have a bunch of these planters, as well as some little benches that you can sit on or sleep on if you're waiting for a ship or plane or something. Some out here you can sit and watch. We got quite a bit of area. Each side, this side here is accessible with the water elevators. I didn't bother labeling them because looks like okay, and you can kind of see like this interior looks pretty nice. I did some after I finished the outside walls. I came inside and did some work on the interior by adding some stripes and a lot of these walls to give it a little more depth, just to keep it a little like not as big of a gap, but it's still a gap, so it looks nice, I think. We used a lot of the cyan and the orange in this, and I'm hoping to carry this over throughout the spaceport district. And we got over here, we got some exterior walkways around here, underneath, and around. And then on the other side as well. The other side we have another little platform out here where you can sit, and all that fun stuff. And I'm kind of sad that there aren't any stair versions of this yet. But anyway, we go up here, and we have the water elevators on both sides. We got this one over here. We come up to here, we can sit or stand on this little platform here and just look out the window. I think the orange adds to it, though I feel like it's a little duller than I was hoping. Orange glass, you know, it's okay. You can come up here, water elevators to this one, or you can come out and look. You can kind of get out here if you want, but it's mostly just for looking or external elytra access. And then you could technically go around these stairs here, or you can take those water elevators down here and you can get out on these balconies on either side here. So, yeah, that's basically. I'm gonna do another fly around just so you can get hopefully get a slightly better look at the exterior of this building. It feels really small to me, but maybe that's just because I've been dealing with such large builds so far in the last few. It just feels really small and really stumpy. But I think that might actually be a good thing, simply because we're gonna have a lot of the specialized rocks with landing platforms on them, which are going to be taking up a large portion of the sky with the vines and all that fun stuff, and it's just going to be a lot going on, if you know what I mean. And having it a little shorter might be better, so you don't have to, if you're flying in a ship, you don't have to worry about hitting the tower as much. And besides, this isn't even the main tower, this is just the ice bridge hub here, just to give it a little bit of stuff. I'll check him out when I'm done. And I left the interior here undone because I want to extend the terraforming in here or do some sort of basement. I'm not exactly sure what. I'm probably just going to extend the terraforming inside, and I'm just not exactly sure how I want to go about that just yet. But overall, all in all, I think this looks pretty dang good. And I'm not sure if I want to go and try to build one of the landing platforms on one of the rocks just yet with the building pallets. But I guess we'll see how it goes. I may end up doing some work on another build, like going back over to the copper farm, doing some more rings on that, and other things. But we'll see. I'll pick it out. I got some classwork I need to do today. And then we'll figure it out. I'll think about it, and then I'll figure out what we're doing next. And it might be this, might be something else. I don't know. That's part of the fun of these types of builds. When this spaceport is done, which is going to take a long time to do because this is a gigantic area, then we'll do the recording video for this area, the spaceport as a whole. But anyway, I will catch you guys in the next clip. Okay, so we're back. So I've decided I want to pause on the spaceport for a little bit, and I want to get to work on this the copper aging farm, just to get that started so I can have that running for future builds. So I built one segment of Pixel Rift's design. You can look it up if you're interested. His copper aging farm, he's nicknamed his David. I may call mine David, I'm not sure. But what we're having here is the segment. These are each segment, and they basically loop 9 all the way down. I just built one just to show you guys, and then I'm gonna work on building this as many times as I want to. I'm gonna flatten part of that mountain and part of that one over there in a little bit, and we'll just basically fill this in as much as we need to, and hopefully have enough space for the farm itself. So I will catch you guys in a second when I have the farm completed. Okay, so we are currently not on the ForageCraft server. So due to unfortunate events, aka Minecraft updating to 1.19.4 and Eternos not being able to update itself fast enough, which is my server provider, free, very good. It's a little slow when it comes to new updates, but it's been good so far. Yeah, I am unable to work on the copper farm as of this moment. I will be working on it in between episodes. I don't know how long it will take for Eternos to update to 1.19.4 as its server properties. It'll probably take a couple of days, but being as it may, I will be unable to finish the project and finish this video in time, so I'm recording this extra clip here as an ending and outro just to get this video done, so you know why there's no more to the video itself. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the little bit of building I've done today in this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos and series. Hopefully we'll get Eternos updated with the proper version soon enough, and then we can work on the rest of the copper farm and some other builds on the ForageCraft server. But until then, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.